Hey y'all, Eric Adcock's Awkward Life. Today is Sunday, January the 18th, 2026. This is my attempt to do a podcast every day of this year. So here we go. You know, this year, last 2 years, it was the greatest, the cold plunge phase and the ice baths and then the cold places you go to. It does so many things. It increases, your blood flow, metabolism, helps burn brown fat and all that. But I was reading again about an article about Ted Williams. Now, Ted Williams, if you don't know who Ted Williams is one of the greatest baseball players to ever played during the 40s. And I think he finished up maybe in the 60s. He played about 20 years, but he was also a Marine fighter pilot during the Second World War. So great American hero, great baseball player and all that. When he died in 2002, he was 83 years old, and his son had him frozen, had him cryonics or whatever, and cryonics, freezing it. They froze him, and what they did was they took his head off his body and stuck that head in nitrogen or whatever it is. And then the rest of the body is just floating in some kind of, but it's stored up. And the price of these things, I'm going to put some links to some of the institutes that do this. They cost anywhere between, I think the low size, $35,000 a year, all the way up to like $200,000 a year to store a body that in the future, that's what people do this for. In the future, that there may be some new technology that springs forth in the future to bring these people back to life. And so I guess that doesn't make any sense to me, because if Ted Williams dies in 2002 at 83, and then in the year 2052 or whatever they have new technology, he's just going to come back as still an 83-year-old man. And that just doesn't make any sense. As I was reading these articles, that one thing stuck out with me, and one of the people that had elected to do this to their family said, 0.01% is better than no percent. And that was so sad, because see, we're given a hope beyond this life that once we leave this earth, once we lay our body down here, that's when we really start living, and we'll get a new body, and we'll get to spend an eternity in a new body, new place, and there'll be no more pain, no more suffering, no more any of that. And it's just amazing to me that places out there are still, that people, and it's not a big thing. It's like 500 people a year. I think they say that 500 people a year that choose this, but obviously it's probably of cost so much. But I don't know how horrible that would be to have your loved one, dismembered body in a vat of liquid floating around, and then their head in a jar frozen. But it's just so sad. The Bible takes a completely different approach to all that. Us being a Christian doesn't suspend death. It offers us to defeat death. The resurrection of Jesus Christ. It's not a theory, it's not a future possibility or a scientific gamble. It's a historical claim. The radical message of Christianity is this: Jesus didn't escape death. He went through it and came back. There was no freezing, no preserving, no waiting centuries for technology to catch up. 3 days in a tomb, and that was it. And let's don't put our hopes in maybe in the future. Let's live our life today, and then be prepared for that new life. And poor Ted Williams. Poor Ted Williams' body. Terrible, terrible.